On a cold February day in 2004, in the industrial sprawl of Novokuznetsk, Russia, a baby girl entered the world. Her name was Anastasia. By 2, she was in an orphanage, long corridors, strangers' voices, the quiet ache of waiting. Thousands of miles away, in Ireland, Geraldine and Patrick Kriegel were waiting too. In 2006, after months of paperwork and hope, they brought her home. They called her Anna. They promised her a life stitched to her past. 2 celebrations every year, her birthday on February 18th and her adoption day on August 10th. Anna was bright, spirited, feisty, music too loud, laughter that filled rooms, long hours dancing in front of a mirror. But shadows followed. A tumor left her nearly deaf in one ear. Poor eyesight blurred the world. A painful growth condition turned adolescence into an ache. Still, she smiled. Still, she danced. School was not kind. By 13, Anna stood 5'8", taller than many adults. Height made her a target. Adoption made her different. You're adopted. You don't have real parents. The words cut deeper than any bruise. One evening, a boy cornered her, demanded sex, touched her. Police cautioned him. The fear stayed. She wanted friends. Instead, she learned what it meant to be alone, while surrounded by others. In a spiral only a lonely teenager understands, she made fake accounts to bully herself, naming the pain to control it. Her parents intervened, set counseling, demanded her passwords. They tried to hold back a storm. Sunday, May 13th, 2018 felt normal. Exams were days away. Anna and her mother chose films and popcorn over revision. Later, a small YouTube video with her cousin. Makeup, clothes, dancing, her safe corner of the internet. The comments weren't always kind. Go die. We'll execute you. That night she laughed anyway and went to bed. Her mother kissed her goodnight. No one knew it was the last time. Monday, May 14th. Geraldine wrote a note excusing counseling that afternoon, kissed Anna, caught a train. At 4:02 p.m., Anna called her. Geraldine texted back from a meeting. I'll call you soon. At 4:55, the doorbell rang. Patrick opened the door to a teenage boy he recognized, but barely knew. Boy B. Anna looked confused when he asked for her but came to the hallway. Quiet whispers. She ran upstairs, grabbed her distinctive black and white hoodie. Exams soon, Patrick said. Don't be long. I won't, she smiled, and left with Boy B. Down the road, another boy waited with a backpack. Boy A. The 3 walked towards St. Catherine's Park. Patrick watched them go. When Geraldine returned home, Anna still wasn't back. Nobody calls for Anna, she said, and sent a text. Home now. No reply. Then, answer me now or I'm calling the police. Silence. She searched the park, drove unfamiliar roads, called everywhere she could think of. By midnight, Anna was reported missing. Tuesday, Guard A questioned the boys. Boy B admitted calling for Anna and walking her to the park, then said he left her there. Boy A admitted meeting her. Said she asked him out, said he declined, claimed she walked away upset. But Boy A had cuts, a limp, an injured arm. He said 2 strange men attacked him and Anna, dragged him down, kicked him until he fought them off. CCTV showed no such men. Witnesses saw nothing. His story crumbled. Wednesday, the search widened. Volunteers combed fields and paths. The air around St. Catherine's Park felt like it held a secret it could no longer bear. Thursday, May 17th, searchers reached a derelict 19th century farmhouse at the park's edge, Glenwood House. Windows boarded, roof collapsing, the kind of place teenagers go to feel brave. Inside, an officer's flashlight cut through damp air, dust swimming in the beam. For a moment, he thought the shape on the floor was a mannequin. It wasn't. It was Anna. She lay on the carpet, naked except for black socks, hair fallen forward. Around her, fragments of her phone, a heavy stick, a cement block, blood spatter on the walls. Within hours, a doctor pronounced death. Anna's parents were told. A family's calendar was split into before and after. The post-mortem was harrowing. 50 separate injuries, bruises, lacerations, catastrophic blows to head and neck. Blue building tape around her throat. Her fingers tucked beneath it. Instinct clawing for air. Signs of sexual assault. False nails scattered. A fight fought with everything she had. Forensics began to speak with the clarity of science. Anna's blood was on Boyer's boots, patterns consistent with direct involvement. On Boyer's phone, violent horror searches, lists of torture methods, and queries for abandoned places in Lucan, the very kind of site where Anna was found. Under renewed questioning, Boy B admitted Boy A asked him to call for Anna, to bring her to him. He said he left. He said he didn't know. On May 24th, Gadai arrested both boys, 13 years old, on suspicion of murder and aggravated sexual assault. Their homes were searched, items were seized. The nation tried to reconcile childhood with cruelty and found no safe place to put the two together. On April 30th, 2019, the trial began in the Central Criminal Court. 8 weeks. The boys' identities protected by law, Boy A and Boy B. The prosecution's case was stark, Boy B as the lure, the essential cog who brought Anna from her home. Boy A as the attacker who beat and assaulted her. Jurors heard the pathologist catalogue the injuries. A forensic scientist described blood dynamics and DNA. CCTV showed Anna in her black and white hoodie walking with Boy B while Boy A moved ahead with his backpack. The last images of her alive. The defense said Boy B thought it was just hanging out, that he didn't know what would happen. Boy A clung to the story of strangers. 2 men no one saw, a fight no camera caught. Their timelines tangled. Their statements contradicted, the evidence held. On June 18th, 2019, the jury returned. In the hush of a courtroom where justice never feels like victory, the verdicts were read. Boy B, guilty of manslaughter and aggravated sexual assault. Boy A, guilty of murder and aggravated sexual assault. The youngest in modern Irish history, convicted of murder. Geraldine and Patrick held each other. There is no word for a victory that still leaves you without your child. Sentencing followed on November 5th, 2019. Boy A received life imprisonment for murder, with review after 12 years plus a concurrent 12-year sentence for the sexual assault. Boy B received 15 years, with review after 8. Numbers heavy and somehow impossibly light, because years cannot return a daughter, and nothing balances a life stopped at 14. Ireland grieved. Schools questioned their vigilance. Parents watched their children with new caution. Commentators searched for answers, peer pressure, violent media, dark fascination, and found only the edges of a wound. Explanation cannot close. Vigils were held. Candles burned low. Flowers stacked against walls as if apology could be made with color. At Anna's school, classmates walked halls that felt different, older somehow. Teachers remembered a tall, earnest girl who loved to dance and sing and be seen. At home, her parents remembered everything. The too loud laughter in the kitchen, the mirror rehearsals, the soft rituals of adoption day. Glenwood House was sealed, but places keep memory. For many, it remains a landmark on a private map of grief. People say, in moments like this, that a country lost its innocence. But countries don't. People do. A mother and father who won't hear a door open at 4:55 p.m. and a voice call, "I won't be long." Friends who keep a space open at birthdays. Detectives who walk into old buildings differently. Jurors who wake hearing the echo of a flashlight beam and the hush of a courtroom. There is a question that will never be answered to anyone's satisfaction. Why? You can chart phone searches and messages, name curiosity and cruelty and influence, and still be left with a silence that nothing fills. Theories are not daughters. Closure is a word. grief is a room that does not close. So we hold what remains. On May 14th, 2018, a 14-year-old girl put on a black and white hoodie, smiled at her father, and walked with two boys toward a park. The distance from home to harm was minutes. She did not come back. What endures is the unstealable. Her name, said properly and with love, Anastasia. Anna. Her laughter, her stubbornness, her fierce hope, and the quiet promise carried by everyone who hears her story, that another teenager, somewhere, will be seen before she is singled out, protected before she is preyed upon, believed before she is broken. For Geraldine and Patrick, love is the force that crossed a continent to find a child and the force that carries her forward. 2 days every year, candles still flicker for beginnings. On all the others, memory keeps its own light. Her name was Anastasia Anna Kriegel, and she mattered.